This is KGW News at Sunrise.
And good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Tim Gordon.
And I'm Christelle Kumwe. Thanks for waking up with us. This morning on Sunrise, it's been another violent weekend in an already violent year. We break down what we've seen over 48 hours.
Plus, does the school day start too early for kids to be healthy? We hear from one mother who's pushing for change. But first, let's check in with Chris McGinnis for a quick look at our May 1st forecast, Chris.
Does the Sunrise show start too early?
Yes. Yes.
Good morning. Thank you for getting up with us very early on this Sunday morning. We've got a little bit of low cloudiness, a little fog in some cases as well. But you know what we don't have in our forecast today? Rain. We are going to dry things out a little bit, and I've got a pretty nice looking Sunday afternoon coming our way. Here's a look at the radar and satellite over the last 6 hours. A couple of sprinkles still across northeastern Oregon. High elevation snows. That system is pulling away. Your weather out towards Pendleton, Baker City, LeGrand is going to improve today, and we're already clearing the sky out here across western Oregon. All right, waking up to 49 at PDX. It's 44 Hillsboro. Big picture across the state. Upper 30s, a little cooler this morning in Baker City, John Day, and Burns. You will warm up with some sunshine today, as we will here in the Willamette Valley. Morning low clouds gives way to a partly to mostly sunny sky at times this afternoon. I've got high temperatures getting into the mid-60s. Woohoo! We'll enjoy it. There's rain back in the forecast tomorrow, but then Tuesday, Wednesday look pretty good, and I'll take a look at that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, we will talk to you again soon. Well, it has been a violent year so far in Portland, and this weekend is a perfect example of the problem.
Yes, between Friday night and Saturday morning, police dealt with 5 different shootings. Officers say they were overwhelmed with calls as many serious crimes unfolded at once.
It was just a multitude of shots.
Shots rang out early Saturday morning at Southeast Hawthorne Boulevard and 33rd Avenue, waking up Dylan, who lives in the neighborhood.
I just got up and first looked for my wife and then wanted to know where she was at.
She was at a nearby bar called Gold Dust Meridian as shots rang out.
They were just sitting at the bar and then shots started firing and everybody hit the ground. Somebody next to her was struck.
One person was hospitalized with gunshot injuries. Police say it's unclear if the shooting happened inside or outside the bar, but a person who lives nearby saw people in 2 separate cars arguing just after the shooting.
Seemed like they were trying to get away, and then they sped off down 32nd Place, but then another car was parked out there. About 5 people got in, and then they kind of sped away also.
This is one of at least 5 shootings that Portland police responded to Friday evening into Saturday morning.
Any one of these by themselves would be a big deal in my book. And to have them all happen in one evening was just absolutely remarkable.
Police first got a call of shots fired at a protest convoy and counter demonstration on I-205 near the Gleason overpass around 7 p.m. Police found 1 bullet casing. No one was arrested or injured, but police say the investigation is ongoing. Just after midnight Saturday, police say 2 gunshot victims were found near a mini-mart of Southeast Woodstock and 72nd. Both people are expected to be okay. About an hour later, police say another person was shot on Southeast 127th Avenue. That person is expected to be okay as well. Around 2 a.m., police responded to a shooting near Southeast Division and 141st Avenue. 2 people were found dead in a suspected murder-suicide. Lastly, police responded to the Gold Dust Meridian Bar shooting. Again, at least 1 person was hit and is expected to survive. Police say another person was injured by shrapnel. In total, that's 5 separate shooting scenes, 2 people dead and at least 5 injured. Because of those shootings, Sergeant Kevin Allen with Portland Police says officers were only dispatched to high-priority calls, meaning those with serious life safety issues.
It's really unusual for us to have the entire city on priority calls only.
Property crimes or petty theft calls were put on the back burner.
We have to get to a place where we have enough resources so that we can address nights like this, as tragic as they are. We need to have enough cops to respond to them.
It wasn't just shootings officers had to deal with. A deadly crash on Highway 30 near St. John's Bridge required officers to be on scene for hours. Police responded just south of the bridge interchange. They found a single car that had crashed into a power pole and live wires were on the street. One person was pronounced dead and another was taken to the hospital by ambulance.
Switching to some better news now, a special art exhibit at Portland State University has closed, but before it did, there was a celebration of artists inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement. Philanthropist Jordan Schnitzer gave $2,500 grants to each artist to produce these works. Recipients range from PSU students to others living in the community for years. It was part of a diverse collection reflecting upon social justice issues and systemic racism.
What all these artists saying? That's unique to each of us. They're talking about their legacy, their history, issues that they've confronted, and they speak to us in our own way.
More than 100 community events brought thousands of people to see that exhibit over the time that it was open.
There's a push in Beaverton to delay school start times for teens, and one parent is trying to gather support with a petition. Our Christine Pedawanich has more on why this mom is advocating to push back the first bell of the day.
The parent I spoke to points to studies that show for teens in particular, their bodies aren't meant to get up very early in the morning. She says right now her son starts school at 7:30.
And I have one 14-year-old teenager who goes to a local Beaverton school.
Carissa Brock's son wakes up around 6:40 a.m. to get to school. Others are up earlier. This teen at the bus stop by 6:17 in the morning. Brock worries about kids standing at the bus stop in the dark during winter.
It's really unsafe.
Brock is also concerned about teens not getting enough sleep.
My child has a really hard time eating in the morning because he feels nauseous because his body's still in that sort of half-sleep state.
So she started this petition asking the state to change start times for teens in middle and high school across the board to after 8 a.m. Middle and high school students at Portland Public and Salem Kaiser already generally start later.
I think if people understood the possible physical consequences and the developmental consequences of this issue, that they would be quite alarmed.
Dr. Stephen Levy, who is engaged to Brock, runs a private family health medical practice in Southeast Portland.
Probably about a quarter of my patients are kids.
He says sleep deprivation has psychological consequences like a lack of decision-making skills or creativity. Long-term physical effects include obesity and heart disease. When teens hit puberty, he says hormones are changing, along with the production of melatonin. That's the compound that makes you sleepy.
Where teens can't fall asleep early enough to be able to get up early enough because they physiologically haven't adjusted.
But not everyone supports the shift. Some parents are worried about the impact on work schedules. Then there are transportation logistics and the effect on extracurricular activities that would be pushed later into the day. The CDC does recommend later start times for teens due to health benefits, but studies show teens who get more sleep also have improved grades and test scores. Health experts say teens 13 to 18 years old should be getting between 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night for good health. Meantime, in 2019, California became the first state to mandate later school start times. That's supposed to kick in next school year. Christine Pedawanich, KGW News.
That's been a discussion going on for years and still unresolved in a lot of ways. Well, a beloved coach is getting huge support after a medical scare with bills piling up.
And coming up next, we showcase the power of community, how it's coming together to support Coach Cheney.